إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا ومن يضلل فلا مهدي له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. This is the story of the carpenter, a highly skilled carpenter who had grown old, was ready to retire. He told his employer contractor of his plans to leave the house building business and live a more leisurely life with his family. He would miss the paycheck, but he needed to retire. The employer was sorry to see his good worker go and asked if he could build just one more house as a person of favor. The carpenter agreed to this proposal, but made sure that this will be his last project. Being in the mood to retire, the carpenter was not paying much attention to building this house. His heart was not in his work. He resorted to poor workmanship and used inferior materials. It was an unfortunate way to end his career. When the job was done, the carpenter called his employer and showed him the house. The employer handed over some papers and the front door key to the carpenter and said, "This is your house, my gift to you." The carpenter was in a shock. What a shame! If he had only known that he was building his own house, he would have made it better than any other house that he will ever build. What we could take from this story is that our situation can be compared to this carpenter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us to this world to build our homes in paradise by obeying his wills and commands. Now we have to decide how well we wish to build the homes where we will live forever. Are we going to be like this carpenter and not give our best of efforts in building the household which will be gift to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter? Or are we going to be the people who are going to constantly remember that we're here in this dunya as a test? We're here in this dunya and we got so many chances to build our afterlife. I mean, if you think about it, we work so hard towards this dunya. We work so hard towards building houses, materialistic things in this dunya, thinking that we're going to be here forever, yet we deprive our real abode, which is the hereafter. I mean, alhamdulillah, there's nothing wrong with building houses in this dunya. It's just an analogy I'm using. It's good if you got money and you could afford to do it, but rather we need to remember and we need to weigh out the fact that we're going to be in the hereafter longer than we are going to be in this dunya. In this dunya we live for only about 100 years maximum. Some not even not reach 60, some not even reach 50. In the hereafter or afterlife, if you like, we're going to be there forever. It's infinity. You cannot compare. If you were to put a ratio between 60 and infinity, a mathematician will go crazy, will say no, you cannot add it up, you cannot compare. So why is it that we put more weight in this dunya but less weight in the hereafter? Why is it that we prepare so much for this dunya but we don't prepare for the hereafter? The hereafter is our actual place. The hereafter is where we belong. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us to this dunya only to worship him alone. Going to paradise is an easy thing to do, but we make it hard for ourselves. There are many narrations that say so. Going to Jannah, the path to Jannah is easy. It is us who make it difficult on ourselves. This deen is complete. This deen is made easy for us, but it is us who deviate away from it. It is us who deviate away from the Quran and the Sunnah. It is us who refuse to follow the footsteps of the best man to walk the face of earth, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is us who do not follow the wills and commands of Allah. How do we expect the pleasures from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How do we expect this house in the hereafter from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala personally to forgive all the Muslims, to forgive mine, all my family and relatives and friends, all their current, past and future sins. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be happy with us, to our ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be our utmost priority, not this dunya to be our priority, not our managers to be our priority, not a pop singer, not a rap singer, not a football player, not a cricket player. I want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of the ones that are sincere in worshipping Him alone. We have to remember that this dunya is only temporarily, and I say that many times because it is temporary. We will be here for only a few years. We won't be here forever. Even if they were to develop a super organ, even if you were to have a fortress, even if you were to have an army, the best doctors, the best defense, guards, death will still come and take you. It doesn't matter what sort of health you're in, when death comes, it will take you. So we must always remember that this dunya is nothing but just a materialistic and a test for us. This dunya is not even worth it. If we think about generations which say this dunya is like a bride who will beautify itself to us to make it seem appealing to us. The more we beautify, the more we'll be indulged towards it, the less we'll be looking forward to the hereafter. We must always remember that the hereafter is always around the corner. We don't know what sort of state we're going to die in. Are we going to die in the state of this carpenter who lost his motivation and lost his workmanship? Or are we going to die as a person who is closest to Allah, and we're at the height of our iman? We want to be of those who are at the height of our iman. We're close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have ticked all the boxes. We have ticked our salah. We have ticked our zakah. We have ticked our extra charities. We have ticked our soul in the month, the fasting in the month of Ramadan. We have ticked our Hajj to pilgrimage. We have ticked the box when we die upon the Shahada. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. What a beautiful way would that be for us to die in our best of iman, so that we may have the mercy of Allah, and so that we may have that household waiting for us. Even us doing simple good deeds like nafil prayers, we build a palace in the hereafter. How expensive is it in this dunya to build a palace? Some of us won't even dream of having a palace, and those who do have a palace won't even dream of having a palace that easily, where you just do a voluntary nafil prayer and you get a palace built for you. Remember, the smallest Jannah, and everyone has their own Jannah, it's going to be 10 times the size of Earth. So can you imagine that? Those that own like a 10-acre land encompass nothing to the 10 times the size of Earth, and that's the smallest Jannah. We want to aim for higher. The higher you go, it's like a pyramid. Majority will be at the bottom, who have the 10 times the size of Earth. But as you go up, it will be many fold. It could be 1,000 the size of Earth. It could be 1,000,000. It could be 1,000,000,000,000. Allahu Alam. And we know at the top, it's reserved for Rasulullah, who's going to have the highest of Jannah. And we want to be of the people that reach the highest rank that we can. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us and to give us the ability to worship Him alone. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of the people that die upon the Shahada. Ameen.